Hey guys, this is Twisted Limits back for you, and today I'm going to be showing you the CLT3. Now, as compared to the CLT2, I like this one a lot more. And though it does have a few cons compared to the CLT2, things that I wish they would have carried over to the CLT3, honestly, even without those, this is still a fantastic RDA, and it works better, tastes better, produces better. The airflow system, it is great. CLT2 had one long line going across it for the airflow, one long Cyclops. This has three 10mm Cyclopses in it, and honestly, I think it's too much. I haven't found anything yet that I can put inside of this to make it be able to use that, all three of them, and perform great. My max right now is about where I have it, 2 holes open, and I'm excited to find if I can put something in here that'll be able to rock it with all 3 holes open. I have a feeling it's going to be something like chain wire or interlock wire or a really low ohm parallel. But I don't know. I've used G-plat, nichrome, nickel, canthal, combinations of all of them, and 2 holes is about the max I can go with it. I think I had about 2.5 when I was doing a G-plat nichrome 80 build, but still, it's too much. But I want to find out if I can make something that it won't be. Now, one thing I do love about this is you can see it has a little Pyrex chuff on the top of it right there. I really do like this, but they do give you a Delrin one as well that you can throw right on there in case you don't want to use the Pyrex one or you break it. And normally, right down inside there, you can see the threading. You have this little piece in there, a little Delrin piece that normally goes and screws right into there. I don't want that in there. I leave it out. I prefer the airflow without that. But if you screw that piece out, you got your little piece here to put whatever drip tip you feel like in there. And again, all you have to do is take that and put it on it and just screw it right in there. Now, it does go all the way down flush with it, but I'm not going to put it all the way down because I have no use for it right now. Go ahead and throw my chuff back on there. So this has a 3-post design on it as opposed to the 4-post that the CLT2 had, and I mean, it works. I prefer the 4-post for these because the post holes on these posts on this one are about the same size as each of the post holes on the 4-post they have on the CLT2. So I feel like they're making it so you can't put as big as a build on this as you could on the CLT2. Now, I don't know if the decks are interchangeable yet or not, but if they are, I want my CLT2 back. If this is interchangeable with the CLT2 deck, then I would be rocking the CLT2 deck with the CLT3 top piece on it because this top piece I just like so much more. Now, right now I have a nichrome 80 22 gauge 10 wrap on there. It's on there straight for flavor. My buddy Heath did this one for me. I'll be throwing on my own build later on in this video, and I will be showing you the deck in between those 2 builds without anything on it, so you can have a better look at the juice well and the posts and holes and everything else. Inside this little package they give you as well, it comes with their own little screwdriver. I'll show you that. Or I won't, actually, because it's not in there. But they supply you with a little drip tip in there as well as some spare O-rings and some grub nuts that you can use instead of your screws if you so choose. Again, I don't like grub nuts, so I'm going to go ahead and keep on my Phillips head screws. But at 120 watts with nichrome 80 10 wrap 22 gauge, this is what you're getting out of it. So to me, that's a pretty good amount. And the only reason I'm getting that though is because, again, I'm running at 120 watts on a variant. And the variant system of counting watts is a little skewed. It's more powerful than the normal regulated devices. So, but this is what I'm getting out of it as production-wise. Didn't take a very big hit on that one, but you can still see that this thing will throw. Now, I'm going to go ahead and strip this build out of here and show you the deck, and then I'll show you with one of my builds in there with, it's probably going to be a nichrome 80 and G-plat build, but we'll see what I decide to do, and I'll show you what this thing really can do whenever you decide to bump up the power and bump up the size of the build and decide to throw a cloud. So I will be right back to show you that. Alright, so this is the deck on it. You can see the post holes there. They're about 2mm holes. Got some Phillip head screws there, and you can use a nice big screwdriver on this to pull them in and out. And I mean, I stripped that center one a little bit, but honestly, I think they're a little hard to strip compared to the other ones I've had. Juice wall on this, it's kind of deceiving. You can see it doesn't look like it's all that big in there, but once you put that cotton in there and you put that top cap on it, I mean, I could put about 10 drops in this without having to worry about it over dripping or overflowing out the side of the holes, because those holes are so far up that it doesn't really matter. It's great. I mean, and also I forgot to show you earlier, but if I can get this off of here, I will show you the airflow control. Be back in a second. Alright, I had to use a pair of pliers, but I got it out. Here's your airflow control on there. You can see that the bottom one is real long, the center one's not as long, and the top one's real small. That's just so that it evenly shuts them all off, and you don't have to worry about it. You'll have still two open while one's completely shut down. And I'll show you that right now. All three of them are open right there, so you can see. As I turn that, it's real tight too. You can see they're all evenly shutting off. So, there you go. Now, once again, this juice well is weird. I mean, you could fit a lot of juice in it, but it really doesn't look like it. Post holes are a decent size. I still wish they would have put a 3 or 4 posts on this as opposed to the 3, because the 4 posts, those holes, if they kept them the same size, you could be doing a lot more with it. But I mean, I can't really complain. I can still fit twisted 22 gauge in there. I'd have to sleeper it, but I can still put it in there. So it's not that big of a deal to me. And I mean, I just showed you I had a 10 wrap 22 gauge in there. This deck is wide enough to be able to fit that, which is impressive to me. I mean, you got the airflow bigger than a freaking Dark Horse coming in here, and you can still fit gigantic, long, thick builds in it. Those were also macros, if I didn't mention. So with a Dark Horse, if you put that top cap on there, would have smashed those down, pushed them over, and you would have destroyed that build. But with this thing, it just completely went right over top of them and worked great. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a build on this, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I switched over to my Manhattan because with the build I put on here, it's not really something that I should run on a variant. Just be easier to go with this than trying to find the perfect wattage to run this out without burning it, yet giving the best production. But I also decided to go with something just simple and small. And just 22 gauge nichrome 80, 6 wrap dual coils here. And you can see it does light up pretty well. I'll get you the flag there. So this is going to show you more of what this thing can do. I was going to do something a little bit bigger. I was probably going to twist up some nichrome 80 with some G-plat, but it's like 1 o'clock in the morning right now, and I did not feel like waking up anybody in my house. It just would not end well. So wasn't able to use my drill. But this is what you're looking at as far as production-wise to see if you want to use this as a competition. I mean, you probably could. I'd more so go with an Eric than a CLT3 for a comp. But, I mean, if you want to, you probably can. This thing does throw. And you can throw good on it, too. So, this is what it does. So, for a little build, that thing throws out a good amount of vapor, and I guarantee if I would have thrown on what I wanted to, it would have done twice that much, but still, couldn't use my drill, so there you go. Maybe later on I'll show you guys something else with that, so you guys can see what this thing can really throw out there, but my room's kind of vaped up right now, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. So, have a good night, and remember, vaping is the way.